Thank you, Micaiah. It's 9:44. We're out here in the WREL Fountain Plaza, and you know it's August ritual. Parents getting ready to send their kids off to college. But before they pack up that car, you've got to make sure that car is in top shape, that it can survive that road trip. And here to walk us through how that should happen is Steve Sargent with Milex Complete Auto Care out of Cary. This is a time of year students are focused on the anxiety of going to college, books and classes, and parents, though, they should be focused on the car.
Absolutely.
Where do we start?
Let's start with tires. I think the first thing we want to do with the tires is make sure they have enough tread. Yeah. And there's a test called a penny test. And what it says is if it touches Lincoln's head, you have enough safe tread. And all you do is you place it in the groove, and this is touching Lincoln's head. So these tires still have enough safe tread on them. And then tire pressure is important. All tire pressures on cars are on a sticker in your driver's door if you don't know what the proper pressure is, and you just press this on there, and it tells you this is about 36 pounds, which is proper for this car.
And now, all tires aren't created equally, so different pressure for different types of cars?
They're generally all around 36, unless you have a commercial vehicle.
Excellent. What's next?
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I'm the worst at keeping my wipers up to date.
Oh, we all are, because we don't notice it until it starts to rain, and then we realize it. But I brought a bad one here. This is really a pretty bad one we took off a car. It's just lost all of its edge. So when all you got to do is pick it up and look at it. If it isn't flexible like this and nice and clean, then it's time to put some wipers on.
Exactly. And, you know, a lot of times, many of our college-bound students, they're not familiar with cars. So this is a great learning experience for both parents and students, yes?
Yes, it is. I mean, brakes is a perfect example. Right. If they start to screech, that means you probably need some pads. If the wheel wobbles, that maybe you need something more. And then if the brake pedal feels funny, get it checked out right away.
All right, let's check with the engine now.
Okay. Air filter is probably the next easiest thing. This is an example of one that needed to be changed. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. And normally they're just nice and pure white. So you can just pop this cover right here and take a look at it. Or you can come to Milex Complete Auto Care. We'll check it for you.
All right. Moving on.
Battery testing. A lot of times they have corrosion on them. This one has a little bit of corrosion. But these little discs are handy because it keeps the corrosion down. But before you go on a trip, have somebody test it with a battery tester.
And what is that going to tell them?
This will tell them the state of charge based off of what this was rated for. So if it had 700 cold cranking amps, it'll tell you what percentage of those are still available and what voltage it has. So it'll give you a health condition. And it gives you a printout.
And really quickly, explain the battery differences in terms of what is negative and positive. Really quickly.
Okay. Positive is the red. This basically is what we call the hot.
Right. And
the ground is basically the body and everywhere else in the car. So when you do repairs in a car, you pull this one off to safeguard against any issues.
Exactly. And what's the one piece of advice you want to share with parents this morning?
You know, I think these cars a lot of times sit around and we don't, take care of them. And simple little tests like checking the tire pressure, checking the tread, making sure the wipers work is going to save you some real heartache down the road.
Exactly. Steve Sargent, Milex Complete Auto Care out of Cary. Thank you for walking us through. And hopefully parents took notice of what we talked about this morning.
Awesome.
Steve, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Micaiah?